Hey guys, it's Haley. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys an update video from my very first video I filmed, which is a video about Peggy the doll as well as Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. So I'm basically just gonna tell you guys kind of the after effects. I said in that video I didn't think anything followed me home, and I thought that I was safe and good and that I'd gotten rid of any negative energy. But as I kind of thought back on things and realized that things that weren't really happening before kind of spiked up a little bit. I don't know if this is just because after I visited the museum I was a little bit more open to the spirit world when previously I had kind of shut myself off. I basically have just accepted the fact that I'm haunted. Everywhere I go, ghosts follow me, they connect to me, and I have experiences. So I don't really think I go to haunted places. I think I go to places where I stir up activity. So I basically have to shut myself off if I don't want to have any ghosts coming and freaking me out in the middle of the night like I've had previously happen. But after going to the museum, I think I was a little bit too open. I don't think I fully shut myself back off because I just kept thinking about my experiences there and I kept thinking about everything that happened. And I believe that it just opened up a can of worms in my house, and I started to have all sorts of activity just spur up in my apartment. Just as a quick recap, I'm just going to say after visiting the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, I had the worst nightmare of my life that night, and I was absolutely terrified. I couldn't sleep. That is probably one of the worst nights of nightmares that I've had since I was in high school and I was being haunted by a demonic spirit. So I made my intentions clear that nothing was going to be following me home. It had followed me back to my hotel, but it was not going to be following me home. And for the first little while, I really didn't have any experiences, and I thought that I was successful in not letting anything follow me home. That is until I started to have nights alone. So I actually had switched my shift up a little bit to where I was working more of a night hour shift. So I was working later into the night than I had been previously. But for those night hours, I was coming home and working from home. My boyfriend also was working these later hours at the night shift, but he was still in the office. So while I got to go home, he was in the office. So that would give me a few hours at night where I was just completely by myself and alone. And I think that's why kind of the energy started to stir up, is I was all alone. I was just by myself. I wasn't distracted. I was just there with my thoughts. And it was terrifying. So I never really had anything happen in this apartment previous to this. I only one other experience, and I'll talk about that in another video, but nothing to this extent. So I was walking from my living room area to go to the bathroom, and in order to pass over to the bathroom, you go past our guest bedroom that we had. I quickly just walked by the guest bedroom and I saw someone standing in the guest bedroom, and it was so clear that I had to walk back, retrace my steps, and turn on the light because I thought that there was potentially someone in my apartment that I didn't know was in here. But no one was there. I would have heard the closet door open if it was somebody going and hiding into the closet. There was also my dog cage, and it's a big dog kennel. We have a yellow lab, so it's not a tiny little dog kennel that someone could definitely be standing there and it's not like weird. He was standing like right where the dog cage was, so obviously it would have to be someone that wasn't of skin and bones because they were standing like in the cage basically, and you can't do that. So that freaked me out. I just remember being like, you know what, don't think twice about it, go to the bathroom, get back to work, continue your night, but don't let it freak you out. Obviously I let it freak me out because I couldn't focus for the whole rest of the night, and I am pretty sure, I'm gonna say about 3 times I saw someone walking in the hallway and kind of like around in the bedroom. Now I avoided our bedroom every time I was home alone, unless I had like every single light on in the house as I was going into the bedroom, and I had like every light on in the bedroom once I was back there, and I had to have the TV on. Like, I did not like being in the bedroom. I don't know why. I just felt like that's where kind of the worst energy was when I was alone, was back in the bedroom. I kind of felt like they were hiding from me in like the furthest place that they could be hiding, but I didn't know exactly what the energy was. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that it was a bad feeling when I would go back there, and I hated having the lights off. Now, I lived in this apartment for a year and a half before any of this happened, and I can tell you I would walk around with the lights off all the time at night and I was fine. And if I was home alone for the night, I would walk around and I was fine. But for some reason, after I saw this figure, this like shadow figure, I couldn't be in the house at night in the dark. There always had to be a light on. I hated looking into the hallway. I tried to just ignore the hallway at all costs. I would make sure that the bedroom door was all the way closed. I wouldn't leave it cracked open or anything, because the bedroom door would close on its own. The first time the bedroom closed on its own, it really freaked me out. Now, I'm gonna just be honest here, there were times when the air conditioning would be on, and if the door was just like slightly cracked open, it would close, but it never really closed when it was open like halfway. So the air conditioning would kind of just finish closing it if you left it slightly cracked, but if it was opened halfway or opened a little bit more, like a few inches, the air conditioning would not close it. Well, it was like halfway open to where I could see into the bedroom, but the door wasn't fully open, and it shut. And it did this quite a few times. And so that like really just confirmed my fear of the bedroom, because there was something weird going on to where the door was closing by itself. I swear I was seeing a figure walk back and forth in the bedroom, and not to mention I was not sleeping. So every single night I was waking up at 3 a.m. and I know that sounds super cliche, but it's true. And I hate when I wake up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. and I know there's a presence around me, because I know that they're the reason I'm waking up at 3 a.m. So if I had to go to the bathroom, I like dreaded it. I would lay there and just be like, can I just fall back asleep, and can this wait till the morning? I don't want to get up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I am feeling something weird. And also, every time I would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, it felt like there was something standing kind of off in the dark corner, just watching me sleep. And I've had that feeling before previously in my old bedroom. So automatically I just thought like maybe this is that same evil spirit like coming back. Maybe I haven't fully rid myself of it and it's just making itself known again. My nightmares started up again. They were awful nightmares, always about the same looking demon creature. It's the worst looking demon creature ever. It's literally the scariest thing I've ever seen. And every time I have a dream about it, I hate it. It freaks me out for days. And then if I continuously have dreams about it, I'm just constantly in a paranoid, anxious state. I just can't relax. I can't sleep because I don't want to have these dreams. And it freaks me out when I have these dreams and I wake up at 3 a.m. because then you're just sitting there in the pitch black and you're just stuck with your thoughts. You're stuck with your fear of your dream and it feels like there's eyes on you. So those were kind of some of the main things that were going on in the apartment after I visited the haunted museum. After so long of all of this happening, I was writing a blog at the time where I was kind of going over ghost experiences and I was really looking into things, and I had to stop that blog. I had to stop the blog, I had to delete the blog, I had to completely shut myself off. Weird enough to say, I stopped watching scary movies for a little while. I just started watching, like comedies and romance movies all over again because I didn't want there to be any sort of negative energy as I was trying to close myself off. I wanted to get whatever this evil thing was that was now making itself known to me. I started to continuously wear my crystal necklace around. The crystal necklace that I had at the time was a necklace that was supposed to just be completely a positive crystal, give off positive energy. And so that's what I was wearing. It was also supposed to help with anxiety, so that my anxiety wouldn't strike up any experiences with anything evil or malicious that might be haunting the apartment at that time. So the experiences that I have talked about in this video actually went on for months, because I was working at home alone at night for a really long time, and I finally shut it all off and got rid of it not long before the pandemic happened. So I was actually dealing with it at night for a really long time, and I just was slowly getting rid of the experiences, or maybe I was just getting used to them that I wasn't noticing them as much. But I finally fully shut myself off. I tried to clear out the space as well as I could, and I didn't have another experience happen again the whole rest of the time that we were there. We were there for another year before we moved to Florida. So I believe it worked, but things are stirring up a little bit for me once again, and I'm just starting to realize that I just think I'm gonna have experiences everywhere I go, because I feel like I'm haunted, and I just must have this energy that attracts things to me. I'm not a medium. I do not speak to the spirits. I do not have the ability to see them very well or anything. I just see shadows like anyone else that has experience has, but I feel like I'm very sensitive to it, and I think that they know that, so I believe that they're attracted to my energy because of that. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this update on my haunted museum haunting and experiences. I don't know if it's the same spirit that followed me home, or if it's the spirit that's been attached to me for a really long time. I haven't really had too many other experiences. I get little things here and there, but I do believe that that negative energy is finally gone. I do think it's out of my life, but I don't think that I have gotten rid of all the spirits that might come to me. So thank you guys so much again for tuning into today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the next one. Bye guys.